A few years back, there was a conflict between two countries that turned into a weird war. On one side, the US, thanks to having over $1 trillion just lying around that it could do whatever it wanted. And on the other side, Vietnam, thanks to rocking that straw hat, fanning itself whenever it got too hot. This war dragged on for 20 years, featuring bizarre weapons, bizarre bombings, bizarre chemicals, bizarre massacres, and just all-around weirdness. Many people, mostly civilians, were being killed. Didn't matter if you were old, young, man, woman, or soldier. US, why did you even go to war with Vietnam? Well, obviously because. Wait, guys, do you remember why I'm fighting Vietnam? Hey, I know how much hell you get out. But where did this mess even start? What was the war really like day by day? Why did this whole thing happen in the first place? And how did the conflict end? The conflict known as the Vietnam War.
In Southeast Asia, Vietnam is here. Land of rice, temples, those cool conical hats, rain, tropical coastline, and war. War! What's the deal with the war? Short answer. Some countries came, tons of people died, then left. Wanna know the whole story? Check out this video. First, we gotta rewind to the 1800s. Hello, poor countries. Unfortunately, I'm coming for you. But why unfortunately? Because as a super democratic France, I've decided to show you how democracy works, and you'll have to learn this from me. We don't understand what exactly you're saying, France, but why do we gotta do something we don't even want? Good question. This is law number 1 in my democratic course. Because I have these and you don't have. Well, miserable countries, welcome to the compulsory democracy education class. You have 2 options against being colonized by me. 1, you'll remain miserable, but you can keep head on your body. 2, you'll remain miserable, but I'll force you to play with my favorite machine. I choose the second way. Let's play. The name of my beautiful machine is Guillotine, and there is a volunteer to show you how to play. What were you saying, son? I just said, can I go to the restroom, please? So France invaded and occupied Vietnam. Later on, they grabbed Laos and Cambodia too and call the whole thing Indochina. There was a young dude, Ho Chi Minh, who was living in occupied Vietnam and totally not okay with French rule. He was prosecuted but succeeded to escape the country. Around that time, he found out that some guy had said, the interests of the colonized countries must be protected by the European rulers. This man was Wilson, US President. God bless America. So Ho Chi Minh wrote a letter to Wilson and said, let's do your word, but Vietnam gets stuck under French rule. While France was busy trying to force their version of democracy on Vietnam, another country decided to teach its own democracy to France. It was Germany. This was World War II. Hey Germany, your work is not democratic at all. This isn't how civilized people act. I want to catch you. Hey France. Wait for a second. This behavior is not for a human being. You can't do like this with me. I want to catch you. Hey, hold on man. It's not fair. Any country should not be conquered by force. I want to catch you. Excuse me. What? Can't you see I'm fighting for freedom and saving human lives? Do you leave our country too? Because of these things you said? Of course not, idiot. But why? Because I want to catch you. I want to catch you. World War II kicked off in Japan. Germany's buddy began to advance westward. This meant France's presence in Indochina kinda faded out. Ho Chi Minh backs to Vietnam and boom! Vietnam had gained free finally after years. Vietnam tale is over. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. Please subscribe, like, comment, click the bell icon, and I wanna catch you. What? I caught you. Ho Chi Minh and his friends couldn't stand it anymore, so they got together and formed a group and started training people up for Vietnamese independence, a group called Viet Minh. In addition, Japan was also at war with the United States and become a common enemy for both Vietnam and the US. Who's this guy fighting on our side? The enemy of my enemy is my friend. Come on over, buddy. You are my partner. At least for a while. God bless America. Eventually, the war ended. Japan was on the loser side and pulled out of all the places they'd taken over, and freedom was gained. The war was over for the Vietnamese too. Ho Chi Minh had become a national hero, even wrote up a Declaration of Independence for Vietnam. We have a Declaration of Independence, like America. Vietnam is free now. Everyone was stoked and celebrating. Thanks for watching. I hope you hey dear Vietnamese. Don't you think forgot to invite Uncle France? This was the beginning of the conquest of Vietnam by France. Again, the United States protects us. Really? Well, I'm afraid. Hi, Officer United States. Hi, sweet country. Where are you going, darling? I just do not want to go to Vietnam and not occupy it. Are they with you? Yeah, they are my stuff will may necessary in any not occupying ordinary travel. Okay, it seems to be no problem. You can go. Sorry. You can go now. Magsi Mosio. Harry Truman was the president of the United States at that time. Ho figured since he was on good terms with the US and their Declaration of Independence was full of awesome stuff, he had written them a letter. And wrote again, and again, and again, and again, and again. It was useless. Although the United States did not answer us, but let's solve the problems diplomatically. Negotiations took place between Vietnam and France, and it was decided Vietnam will become independent, but France didn't leave south. Now there was a Vietnam in north that communists loved, and one in south that France, the United States, and Britain loved. Suddenly, something happened. Here is a port in Vietnam. An incident took place in the customs of this port. Things got a bit messy and some people got shot. What's the real problem? One or a few of the guys who got shot were French. Let's calm down and make a logical decision as always. So in relax mode, let's bomb the port. The casualties were not enough to satisfy France. At least 6,000 civilians were killed, but Vietnam and France were still in peace negotiations. Listen up, Vietnam. According to Google, our losses were like nothing, but yours were somewhere between 6,000 and 20,000. Do you agree that this is not fair at all? Yes, good. It seems that we are reaching a conclusion. I'm a big fan of diplomacy for these things, so let's balance this injustice. What is your suggestion? Occupy you again. This is somewhat fair. France did the same occupation, but they used that incident as an excuse. Hey you, get out of me. No. Get out. No, come on, leave me alone. Okay, seriously. Of course not, idiot. Because you are so greedy, negotiations failed. I don't understand what is third world countries' problem with negotiating. The Viet Minh could not stand to see the France re-enter their homeland, so kicked off war with France. Of course, their military gear was much weaker than them. France occupied most of Vietnam except in remote areas. Ho had to leave the capital and hide out in mountains and forests. Viet Minh knew they couldn't go toe-to-toe with France, so their strategy was obvious. Guerrilla war. With Viet Minh opposed, France tried a bunch of different things to make the Vietnamese happy, but couldn't satisfy them. Look, Vietnam, I'll return your emperor to you. The same empire that was already in power, I controlled your country. And the National Army, they'll be able to be in trouble-free barracks. They'll be able to command each other, shoot the target papers and wax their boots. And independence. Of course under the France Union except foreign relations and defense issues. You intend to colonize. So no, I got it. I'll give you an offer that you can't refuse. This is a ticket for the league weekend game. It is very interesting. Both teams are at the bottom of the table and will compete to not be last. Take this. Can I have the entire Vietnam now? No. Come on. Okay, seriously, of course not, idiot. I don't understand what is European countries' problem with true independence. China, Vietnam northern neighbor, after a civil war a few years ago, had chosen to be a communist. Now, besides the Soviet Union, Vietnam's got another big brother it can get weapons and stuff from. In particular, China and the Soviet Union recognized the Democratic Communist Republic of Vietnam. US choice was clear. The side could strike the communists, meaning France. For this purpose, the United States started sending France some help. The aid was said to cover 80% of France's spending until the end of the war. Oh US, I'm in trouble in Vietnam. Don't worry, I got your back. Hey Johnny, print some cash. It's done. Johnny dollar, please. Was spent on the war. Johnny, you just spent a lot of money on the Korean War recently. Are you sure about this? Oh seriously, well done boy, I'm proud to have people like you. Enough for today, you can go home. I'll turn off the lights. Thanks, see you tomorrow. What were we talking about? Oh, paying for war. France even used napalm in the war, but for now, let's skip what napalm is. It will be talked about later. Back on war front line, it is easy to guess the Viet Minh resistance had no chance against the classic French army, but they were still there, armed and fighting. So France decided to build some powerful military bases in a place called the Dien Bien Phu Valley, right on the Laos-Vietnam border, to cut off the Viet Minh supply route. I have a great idea for our positions in the valley. Here Gabriel, here Anne-Marie, here Isabel, here Dominic. Why do you think some girls will be able to stop Viet Minhs? Gentlemen, they're just, maybe Viet Minhs are feminist. They'll listen to the girls. Smart move. No, I know Isabel is the best. They are not. What are you talking about? Of course, Anne-Marie is better than Isabel. Actually, she was in our high school and me. Can you all just shut up for a second? These are just names. Anne-Marie, Isabel, and other girl names are just our damn military bases names. Ooh. Any question? Ask. You mean Viet Minhs are not feminists? The French bases were in the valley with plenty of defense equipment and even an airport runway. Logically, Viet Minh could not lift heavy equipment from the mountains, but the valley is the valley. It is true could not be entered easily. You are in the hole anyway. It will work. Bravo. I always have problem with understanding Kung Fu signs. Can you translate it, please? Ooh. Really? You didn't understand. It was so clear. Your existence is shameful for us. Kill yourself with honor. Dude, the Japanese do that. We are Vietnamese. Silence. I said Dien Bien Phu Valley is like this rice bowl and French are like rice. We'll hit them hard if we can get troops to the bowl edge. Between you and me, I thought he was saying, if don't wash your bowl, I'll cut off your head. The plan was super simple. Viet Minh will lift total army including heavy weapons from the mountains to attack the French bases. It was almost impossible. Hundreds of Viet Minh pulled, dug, pushed, dug, pulled, dug, pushed until they actually to pass their heavy stuff to top of mountain unbelievably. French bases were surrounded, they had nowhere to escape and were getting hammered by Viet Minh artillery fire. The attack begins finally. The situation was getting rough for France. Viet Minhs were everywhere. Casualty was heavy and Viet Minhs were everywhere. Girl named bases were falling and Viet Minhs were everywhere. Run, run, Viet Minhs are coming. And they are not feminist at all. Sir, what are we doing now? I'm too worried. Don't be. We'll be able to ask for backup as long as that telecommunication tower is in our hands. That tower, sir. Yep, that tower. Thank you, sir. I feel better now. But why we have to hang the Viet Minh flag on our tower, sir? Sir, he's gone. What? So what me? You're gonna be gone too. France is in a pickle now. Someone even says must use a nuke, and US as a France ally doesn't want to get too involved. Old friends of World War II should get together again to sort this mess out. Of course their opinions are a little different, but no biggie, they are gentlemen politicians who can calmly come a solution to any problem. We'll Hurry
help
up,
you
guys,
in Vietnam,
Vietnamese
they're
are
not
coming
gonna
and
jump
look, guys,
into the
yeah, we have some good memories.
As always, I am
Why
exactly
England
your
must
back.
come in.
US
Hey, Winston,
why do not you do
everyone
anything
forgot
about
about
it?
it.
Sorry,
Secret
gentlemen.
agreement.
The valley has fallen. Oh, so guys, see you weekend.